I didn't mean start reading ahead. I mean, just...
that just kind of threw me off.
Okay, so everyone in the world, and I think even China remembers this, was Sinbad playing a genie, and I believe the movie is called Shazam.
Yep.
Or it wasn't Kazam, right? That's Shaq.
No, it's Shazam.
It's Shazam. Sinbad starring as a genie in Shazam. And that's the one where people are losing their minds, like tearing up their houses trying to find VHS copies of this movie.
I remember
because
that movie.
It's so embedded in people's minds that Sinbad played a genie called Shazam.
But it's not true?
It's not true. No, Shaq played a genie called Kazam.
What did this guy play?
Nothing. There was no...
He was a genie.
No, he wasn't.
You are incorrect, sir.
Oh, sorry. Christian,
What was the actor's name again?
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Yeah.
From a different world, I think, or something like that.
He was pretty popular back then, yeah.
Yeah, that was his heyday. He was in that movie, man. I know it. I know for a fact.
Hey, you can know it for a fact, but that movie doesn't exist. He could be in it, but it's not in this timeline.
Exactly. So that just... Did I visit a different timeline? Have I been in other universes?
Both you and your daughter, apparently. Yeah.
That checks out.
It's just weird, man. Because I remember the VHS cover for it, and I remember the movie. I didn't watch the movie, but I remember the movie existing.
Yeah.
But I also remember Shaq being a genie in Kazam.
But that was years later.
Maybe I don't know the timeline on when those movies came out. Again, we didn't research this episode or anything. We're just kind of talking.
I think Shaq's movie was in the 2000s.
No, you'd be way far off on that. You're not a good reference for when years happened. I think we pointed to that earlier with the Queen thing.
You do realize this is 2022.
This is 2022, yeah.
That's 20 years.
20 years.
Shaq was playing basketball at that time.
Yeah.
So that was
so you don't think
20 years.
Basketball players can also star in movies, man.
Not very good ones.
What do you think about Space Jam and Michael Jordan?
That one was okay, but it wasn't because of him.
What do you think Space Jam 2 and...
I couldn't finish it.
I didn't watch it at all. So.
I started it. It was like right away. I was like, okay, the one time I guess was enough. And it was Michael Jordan.
Yeah, man. That Sinbad thing. I don't know. And there was some correlation with Sinbad doing something else. If any of our listeners remember, please feel free to comment, share it with us, because you boys struggling right now to just... The mind's not firing on all...
If there was no Sinbad really in
the world?
Yeah.
He still shows up from time to time and stuff, and he's still equally as hilarious as he was back then. I love it. I've always loved Sinbad. His style of humor is just, it's next level stuff. It's great. But yeah, that's the big...
That's your Mandela effect, because I remember differently.
You didn't think Sinbad was funny?
Not really.
Really? But you're not a big comedy guy anyway, right?
No.
Yeah, so there you go. Your vote actually, surprisingly, doesn't count. But yeah, no, and people have tried to like design the like VHS code, because I'm looking at it right now and it said Sinbad is Shazam, and he's standing right next to what looks like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So like obviously the Photoshop folks have gotten a hold of this meme and really taken it to town. But really, because I see it, I remember this movie. I have it on VHS. But no, that's the one that, between that and Berenstain Bears, that's the one that seems to take most people by storm. They're just like, what? No way.
What do you think causes this?
I think the fact that you have similar movies, similar premises, like maybe Sinbad was in something else. Maybe he played a genie. Maybe he's on Saturday Night Live or something like that. And in a sketch, he played a genie, or he did something that's close enough to stick with people. But either that, or we're back to CERN and the Large Hadron Collider. And
it doesn't have to be CERN. We could just live in a multiverse, and we could slide into those multiverses at different times.
I don't think so.
When the veil is thin and our meditation is strong.
Wow.
Or the drugs.
Or both.
It could be both.
Our meditation while on the drugs is strong.
Yeah, not recommended by this podcast or any others.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Those are the main ones. I'll briefly go over. I listed a couple of honorable mentions here. Mickey Mouse never had red suspenders, although people remember them. This is a little bit before my time with the Mickey thing, because I don't remember too much about the Mickey cartoons that I would watch.
Yeah, me neither.
But I guess red suspenders does kind of sound... But I can also see it without it. I could see them without them.
I see them without them in my mind.
Yeah. So Christian and I have decided that is not Freaky Deaky.
The way I see it is very Freaky Deaky. Because I see Mickey without red suspenders.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Just exposed mouse nipples.
Yep.
Saying hello to the world.
It's not pleasant.
Mouse nipples. That's not something you thought you'd hear on this podcast, but here we are. Febreze only had one E, not two E's
Not something I've ever spent any time thinking about.
A lot of people apparently have, though. TikTok especially lost their collective shit over the Febreze being spelled with one E. They're like, it's not Febreze, it's Febreze.
Is it spelled with one E?
It's spelled with one E, yeah.
Sounds like Febreze to me.
Yeah, I could see it either way.
There's an E at the end, so the E makes an E sound. That's grammar.
The E makes an E sound?
Yeah.
So then it'd be Febreze?
No, the E at the end makes the E sound. It's like in the word bright, the E makes the I sound like it.
In the word bright, where are you finding an E?
Maybe I meant light. I think I meant to say light.
In the light, where are you finding an E?
Lite.
Oh, you're thinking of something else. Okay, you're thinking of like light bright, Lite, not like how you spell light, Light.
There's different people use the light now. That's meme culture. They spell wrong. Am I correct?
And yeah,
am I right?
You're apparently very, very hip. No. Classic. Pikachu never had a black tip at the end of his tail.
What's Pikachu? I'm just joking.
Just kidding. He's kidding, everyone. Everyone stop losing your minds. No. Even I, who was not allowed to play with Pokemon because they were pocket demons, knows that Pikachu
just think if they called it pocket demons back then, how much better it would have sold.
Well, they were pocket monsters. That's what Pokemon stands for.
Amazing. Witchcraft.
Yeah, it had to have been. There's no other explanation for it. And I'm still salty about it, Mom, if you're listening and wondering that I didn't get one of the gold cards at the Burger King Happy Meals.
Mom, that's just not cool, man.
Still salty. Still upset. Think of what that could have been worth today if over the last 25 years I would have held on to that. Most likely not.
Think about the difficult Scott I have to put up with because you deprived him of the devil cards.
Devil cards. Here we are. Yeah. So, but apparently a lot of people think that that Pikachu himself has like this black tip on his tail, right? And apparently he's never had a black tip on the tail. And even I kind of, because I drew Pikachu a few times, and I want to say that I drew him with a black tip on the tail.
Yeah.
But it never existed, man. Never a thing. Isn't it weird, all these things that have happened that we just kind of cling on to that weren't even real? That just didn't even, yeah. It's like, no, this isn't real.
Like humans are the best on the planet? Not real.
Not real.
Smartest on the planet? Not real.
What's smarter than a human being?
An ant. They just work. They do what the government says.
That's a hive mind.
Exactly. The government wants a hive mind of us workers.
It's exactly like human beings.
Yeah, we don't do it. We're failures.
Kit Kat, I don't recognize this one, but I guess some people do. Kit Kat bars never had a dash. Do you remember Kit Kat having a dash in between?
I never was a big Kit Kat person.
Really?
Yeah.
So I guess we can't take your word for anything then.
Yeah,
because
more of a Tic Tac person.
Tic Tac instead of Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Wow.
One freshens the breath.
And one freshens the soul.
Yes, exactly.
And since you don't have a soul, you don't need to freshen it up, right?
Right.
Yeah. That all checks out. This one kind of catches me for a little bit of a loop, even though it makes more sense this way. The Flintstones.
It's the Flintstones, right?
The Flintstones is what everyone remembers. One T, right? The Flintstones. But it's the Flintstones.
I remember it being
Flintstones with two T's?
I believe so.
The Flintstones.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't remember that at all.
So which one's the correct one?
Flintstones. Because, well, there's something called a Flintstone, right?
Yeah. But Americans can't spell, so they took the T out. And
in the word bright, the E makes the I sound like I. In the word bright, where are you finding an E?
Yeah. So that sounds like something that was like people just didn't know how to spell Flintstone. So
what it really is it's harder to say. Flint needs extra energy. Yeah. Flynn just flows and people are lazy.
Yeah. So when you hear it, you're just like, oh, Flintstone.
Yeah.
Flintstone. Yeah.
It probably really changed after they released the vitamins that were supposed to make us smarter. Yeah. It just made us more controllable.
Yeah.
Flintstones was part of the corporate overlords teaching you how to buy stuff.
They got us in the vitamin campaign, guys. It happens every time.
Yeah, we've been enslaved since the 60s and when the Flintstone batteries, Flintstone vitamins came out.
Yeah. Do you like weird, chalky, alleged fruit tasting chewables?
And it really does. It's almost like medicine in a way when you really chew into it. You're like why do I even like this? This doesn't taste good. Yeah. But what it really was
it's better than swallowing a pill.
Yeah, they taught you that it was healthy. So then when you think it's good for you, you'll take that bitter pill.
You will take that pill.
Yep. Minimum wage, good for you.
Sure. Yeah.
What else is good for you?
This last one, this will finish it up. I think this is Looney Tunes was always spelled with a U. And I guess people think that Tunes was Toons.
Oh, I was like, there's no U.